Here's how you make some insanely easy artisan bread that is squishy and delicious. Big ass bowl. Today I'm using bread flour. 3.5 cups rye bread over all-purpose, both work. Bread flour has a higher protein content, which means it will already be chewier than all-purpose. Since I'm scooping it out of the bag where it is already more compacted, you could spoon it into the cup so that it's more aerated, or I'm just gonna start with 3 cups. Teaspoon salt, because flavor's the gift that keeps on giving. 2 teaspoons yeast, dramatic pour. I'm using dry active, which means I have to activate it with the warm water. Otherwise, if you're using instant, just dump it straight in. And 1.25 cups warm water. Warm means you would put your finger in it and it wouldn't sizzle. Let that sit for 5 minutes. Just enough time to make myself a latte. Here are 3 ways you can tell that your yeast is doing great. 1, does it smell like beer? Yes, it does. 2, do you see movement? You will actually see, what? You see that going up and down? 'Tis alive. 3 is the foam at the top. Sometimes the foam isn't that big. That's okay. Pour it into the flour and wonder to yourself whether the flour is thinking about the yeast and going, it's gonna eat me! A large wooden spoon or a spatula, we're gonna give this 30 big stirs. There's a shaggy dough. To get some of the dry bits and bobs in, I like to take the spoon and kind of press it down. About 10 seconds of just stirring and poking. You might be wondering, why does it look like a shaggy dough caca and not like actual bread dough? Well, a couple reasons. As we let this double in size, the flour is absorbing the water and the texture will change a little bit. That's number 1. Number 2, the yeast is eating the carbs, creating alcohol. Also change the texture. Cover this with a lid or plastic. We don't want any new air coming in, and we're gonna let it sit somewhere warm. You see, an hour later, doubled in size, changed texture. Wet hands, we're gonna do a set of stretch and folds. Pick a piece of the dough, fold it over, rotate the bowl. Having wet hands keeps the dough from sticking to your hands. This is how we get around the kneading with such a wet dough. Will change texture, that's good, we want that. Tuck the bottoms in like this. It gives you a nice dome shape. Place her on a piece of parchment, put the bowl over. Let sit for 30 minutes while you put your Dutch oven into the oven, turn on the oven at 450 and let everything come to temperature. Ooh, she looking nice. One long cut along the top. Looks like a butt or a brain. That is actually just to tell the steam where to go and help to keep the shape good. 30 minutes covered, 15 minutes uncovered. Yes, queen. Oh, yummy. Chewy goodness.